Hey Eli, I'm going to do a quick little demo to show you how you can create a thicker outline on this cross. I don't know if you can see, I have a black eye right now. I got kicked in the face with a soccer ball on Friday, so if you're wondering why my eyes all like dark and weird looking, that's why. Anyway, real quick, so I'll try to make this as fast as possible. It's a pretty simple process. So the first thing I did was I just did a screen grab of your image here, and then I set the color mode to grayscale. I assume that's probably what you have, but yeah, just to make sure we're both working in the same color mode. So what you're going to want to do is at some point you'll need to color correct your image just to get your black fills to be pretty solid black and to get your white background pretty solid white. Obviously, if you want to preserve some of the kind of grayscale elements in your black to where it's not like a pure like 100% black, that's totally fine. So but I'm just darkening this just a little bit, and the main thing I'm doing is with my levels I'm moving the slider over to get the white background to be more of a pure white, because that's going to be kind of a key step in this. So I can always check my info palette. So if I hover over this background here, I can look over here in my info, and as long as all the numbers are set at 0, then I'm in good shape. And so yeah, as I kind of scan my cursor around after making these changes, it looks like the background is pure white, so I'm in good shape. And now I will, there's a few ways of doing this. I'm just going to do the fastest way, but like you can do a more complex selection, but I'm just going to do a quick little, what's it called, magic wand tool. I'm going to set my tolerance to, I don't know, 35. It's a random number, but it should work. The main thing is you want, it looks like I'll probably need a little bit of a higher number than that. It's not super critical, but usually whenever you're selecting this, you just want your selection to kind of eat into some of this kind of grayscale stuff on the outer edges. But, and then, sorry, I'm using keystrokes, so I will not do that. So after I've made the selection, I'm going to go to select inverse, so it's Command Shift I, and you can see that now the only thing that's selected is the cross itself. So whereas before I had the background selected, now I'm just selecting the cross. And then now I can go to select modify and then expand, and this will allow you to enlarge this selection by however many pixels you want. So for the sake of demo, I'm going to just say 8. It's a random guess at how much you'll want to do. You can customize this number, so I'm going to click OK, and you can see I've now enlarged that selection. So whereas before it was right along this edge, now it's 8 pixels out, like further out from that edge. And that's essentially that's the main thing you need to do. So from there, I'm going to make a new layer, click OK, and then I will just fill this layer in. Sure, let's just go to edit, fill. We'll just select color black, 100%, so that's okay. So there we go. We've given yourself like an outline that's much bigger than your original. Obviously it blacked out everything, so I'm going to move that layer below. And then now it's just a matter of masking out your background here again. So I'm going to take my magic wand. I still don't feel like my tolerance is as much as it should be, so I'm going to bump it way up to like 200. Click that. Oh, too much. 100. Yeah, that looks all right. So then again, select inverse, and then add a mask. So boom, there we go. By masking out that white background, I can always add a new white background just by adding a solid color fill layer, setting that to white, and then pushing that layer down. I've got a rogue black spot here that I'm just going to get rid of on that layer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you can customize it. You can see that there's like some issues here where the there's a little bit of like the kind of grayscale edge. So we can always double click on this mask and then do what's called shift edge. Where is that? Increase the contrast. Why is this not working? Okay, there we go. Yeah, just by feathering this maybe a little bit, do a bit of smoothing, but you can refine your selection a little bit better. Because I was being I'm being very fast about this. The techniques I'm using are a little bit quick and sloppy, but yeah, just by playing with the shift edge and the feathering, that should create a decent effect here. And yeah, it's not too bad. I think you can see we don't have any anti-aliasing on this black outline here, so I'm inclined to maybe hit this with just a slight blur, because this is very kind of blocky and pixelated. So we can always add a Gaussian blur here of who knows how much we need. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong layer here. Let's do it again. Blur, Gaussian blur. And yeah, maybe just 0.3, 0.5, somewhere in that ballpark is, I think, going to give you, just soften that edge ever so slightly so it doesn't feel so digital and computery. But there you go. That's pretty much it. You can certainly go in and customize it. You can see that your original fill has a lot more grayscale mixed into it. So you can, by all means, soften this so it's not such a pure solid black. We can do that by things like adding a little bit of noise to it, choosing a fairly low number. So that adds just a little bit of like kind of digital kind of pixelization in it. You could hit it with some grain. There's a couple little like filters that you could apply to this that will just kind of overall like soften this look, and you can tweak the colors. We can also go in and add more levels adjustments to your artwork to where that black gets darker, to where we're kind of getting those to blend together better. But hopefully the main technique that I'm really trying to point out, and the most critical thing in terms of adding more outline, is creating a selection and then going to modify and then expand that selection. So that's how you'll get that kind of nice, even, thicker stroke around everything. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions on that.